This is domestic updates on Accolade News. We're starting with a focus on politics. Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology Geoffrey Nnaji has resigned from President Bola Tinubu's cabinet following controversies over alleged certificate forgery and questions about his academic qualifications from the University of Nigeria and Sukuk. In his resignation letter, Nnaji thanked the president for the opportunity to serve while insisting he was a victim of political blackmail. Presidential spokesperson Bayo Ononuga confirmed Tinubu's acceptance of the resignation, wishing the former minister well in his future endeavors. More on politics. National Commissioner May Agbamuche has assumed office as the acting chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission following the handover by Professor Mahmood Yakubu, who is proceeding on terminal leave after nearly a decade in office. The transition was announced at the stakeholders meeting with Resident Electoral Commission in Abuja.
It is my pleasure to hand over to you formally and officially as the acting chairman of INEC. Thank you.
Yakubu, who cited Section 306 of the Constitution in stepping down, expressed gratitude to colleagues, stakeholders, and Nigerians for their support throughout his tenure. He presented two publications documenting INEC's work from 2015 to 2025 and confirmed the preparations for the 2027 general elections were already underway. Still talking politics, the African Democratic Congress has reaffirmed its resolve to contest and win the 2027 presidential election, declaring that failure is not an option. Speaking at the inaugural National Working Committee meeting in Abuja, National Chairman Senator David Mark said the party's mission transcends capturing power. Mark vowed that the ADC would defend judicial and legislative independence, end budgetary manipulation, and promote transparent governance. He described the ADC as a people-oriented movement focused on character, competence, and courage, pledging policies to stabilize prices, boost power generation, enhance food security, and strengthen Pan-African cooperation. The meeting, attended by key figures, marked the party's first since INEC recognized his leadership. Now in economy, President Bola Tinubu has asked the House of Representatives to approve new external borrowing and debt refinancing totaling $2.3 billion, alongside the insurance of a $500 million debut sovereign Sukuk in the international capital markets. In a letter read by Speaker Tajun Abbas, Tinubu explained that the borrowing aims to finance provisions in the 2025 Appropriation Act, refinancing maturing Eurobonds, and diversifying Nigeria's funding source through Islamic finance. The president noted that Nigeria's $1.118 billion Eurobond maturing in November 2025 would be refinanced to prevent default, describing the move as standard debt management practice. He added that the Sukuk issuance, modeled after the government's domestic sources with 1.39 trillion naira raised since 2017, would help fund critical infrastructure and attract new investors. Tinubu assured lawmakers that the finance minister and the DMO would secure the most favorable terms possible under prevailing market conditions. Now in energy, the Senate Committee on Public Accounts has confirmed that the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has submitted response to all 19 audit queries raised against it over the alleged unaccounted 210 trillion naira in its 2017-2023 financial reports. Committee Chairman Senator Aliyu Wadada, who disclosed this on Tuesday, said the response were yet to be reviewed, noting that the committee would do justice to the matter once the documents were examined. Wadada explained that the NNPC had earlier requested an extension to compile data before submitting his response, which the committee granted. He also revealed that beyond the audit queries, the Senate would probe other emerging issues, including production sharing contracts and reported losses by NNPC Retail. Wadada assured Nigerians that the findings will be made public after the committee's review. Now moving to Labour. Retired police officers under the contributory pension scheme have announced plans to resume protests at the National Assembly on October 14, citing government inaction despite intervention from President Bola Tinubu and the Inspector General of Police. The retirees are demanding a complete withdrawal from the CPS and the establishment of a dedicated police pension board, similar to those of the military and the DSS.
5 years after my country, 5 years, then my entitlement will go and send to a company. Did I work for a company? No. How will Nigerian police company? We are the security of this country.
They accused the scheme of being exploitative, describing it as a scam, and vowed that the planned demonstration would continue until their demands are met. The group's renewed agitation follows earlier assurance from the Presidency and PENCOM to address the issue of inadequate pensions for retired officers. Now on security. The Nigerian Army 2nd Brigade in Akwa Ibom State has condemned the death of Lieutenant Samson Haruna, the regimental medical officer of 6th Battalion who died after his wife allegedly set him ablaze during a domestic dispute in Wellington Basi Barracks, Ibawa. In a statement by its spokesperson, Lawal Muhammad, the Army described the incident as a tragic act of domestic violence, urging calm as investigations continue. Findings reveal that the altercation stemmed from a family dispute that escalated fatally when Mrs. Obediah Haruna allegedly ignited household items, leading to the officer's fatal burns. The Army extended condolence to Haruna's family, reaffirming its commitment to promoting peaceful coexistence and addressing domestic violence within military and civilian communities. Now in crime. The Edo State Commander of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has announced the arrest of 54 suspects and the seizure of 1,506.57 kilograms of various narcotics in September. Commander Michelle Ofoyiju, who disclosed this in Benin City, said the command also destroyed 66,078.57 kg of skunk cannabis cultivated across 6 illicit plantations, covering 26.43 hectares of forest across Ovia Southwest, Owan West, East and West local government areas. He noted that key arrests include the interception of a truck conveying 1,025 kg of cannabis concealed in bags of charcoal and the arrest of a 43-year-old suspect with crack cocaine hidden in a wooden stool. Ofoiju added that one conviction was secure and several cases were ongoing, while the command also provided counseling to the 32 individuals and intensified community sensitization efforts. That is the domestic news update. For now, on to Accolade News. Do stay with us for more domestic updates and development. I am Blessing.